I'm at a terminal here in Dallas because my trailer's got issues, my truck has issues. The truck, it's the batteries or the alternator. It has a hard time starting up. The trailer's got an air leak somewhere on the passenger side. I don't know if it's a tire in the system or what, but something's leaking over there. So I'm just gonna hang out here at the terminal, wait for them to repair this stuff. It's Saturday today. I don't have to be in Tulsa until Monday morning, so they should have it all done by then. So my truck is all done, and it turns out it wasn't the alternator and it wasn't the batteries, sort of. What they found was that my batteries weren't connected all the way, and one of them was entirely disconnected. Like somebody was trying to steal my shit and they got scared in the process. And that happens. People steal diesel out of your tanks. They'll steal anything they can off your trucks. I've had load locks stolen, all sorts of shit. So at least I'm glad it wasn't anything more serious. Now I just have to wait for my trailer to be serviced, whatever's leaking over there. They still haven't gotten to that. That one's sitting right there. That's my trailer. So as soon as they have that done, I can get the hell out of here and get back on my way, because I just hate kind of sitting, but it does give me time to catch up on things I normally can't do or have time to do. So just gonna wait. You know, after thinking about it for a little while, I don't think anybody was trying to steal my batteries, because if they were in the process of stealing my batteries, because the thing is, to get to the batteries, you have to take off this side skirt right here. This whole panel comes off, and you access the batteries through there. Now, if somebody was actually trying to steal my batteries and, I don't know, they got spooked, I doubt they would go through the trouble of putting that panel back on and just then taking off. They would just leave everything as is. How they got disconnected, I have no idea. That's the weirdest thing ever. As for my trailer, granted this is many days later, but as for my trailer, these are the tires on the driver's side, and all of those got replaced. And these are the tires on the passenger side, and they all got replaced. Except this one right here. This one did not get replaced because this is the only one that was still fairly good. However, this is the one that I believe was leaking. And did they do anything about that? Nope, they didn't do shit about that. And I thought they did, because when I first got the trailer back, I didn't hear any more hissing or anything like that. But many more miles later, again, I don't know, maybe they did do something. Maybe I got another nail, because it's hissing again, slightly, not with the same frequency as it was before. But so I'm here at the TA now in Commerce City, Colorado, and I'm gonna have to wait for a couple hours so they could do something about that tire, because it's leaking air again. And the way I know it's leaking, when I supply air to my trailer, that little light up there comes on. And when that light comes on, it lets me know that there's a leak in the system, and that most likely it's one of the tires. Because when they had the trailer, they checked the whole system. They're like, it's fine. So the whole system's fine. It's one of the tires leaking air. I'll show you. Now you see the green light. That's not the light that I'm talking about. That green light just means that my refrigeration unit is on. But when I hit this, supply air to the trailer, give it a few moments. Oh, now you're not gonna come on, huh? All right, maybe the tire is sitting on the part that's leaking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start the truck up, get my keys, and move it up a notch, because maybe that's why it's not leaking at the moment and making me look like a dickhead. That's still not coming on. I'm gonna let it sit for a little while. Maybe it's gotta leak out a little bit more, but I'll show you guys the light. I don't know why it's not coming on. It was before, so now it's making me look like an asshole, like I'm paranoid or some shit, just seeing the light come on. But believe me, it comes on. So I'm gonna let it sit here for a little while, let some of that air escape, and then I'll crank it on and you'll see the light come on. I'm not bullshitting. or seeing shit, or fuck, maybe I am. I guess I'm not gonna have the time to show the light come on because they said the people that were ahead of me in line for service canceled whatever they needed to get done. So they said, pull up to door number 1. And that's where I'm at right now. And I'm just waiting for them to let me in, the service guy to get ready to do whatever he needs to do. I think I was just parked on the leak, so it really wasn't coming out. My goddamn dash cam keeps falling off and it's annoying the shit out of me. I got a brand new tire. And yeah, it's kind of a tight squeeze in here because this guy is parked like a ding dong. But there it is. Nice new rubber. They couldn't fix the other one. They couldn't patch it because there was a couple different nails, but one of them was way too close to the sidewall, so they couldn't patch that. That is brand new tire, no leaking, no hissing. I'm a happy guy. Since I still have a little bit of extra time, while I'm sitting here, I got a blue beacon behind me, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my truck washed because it is very dirty. But before I do that, I'm gonna drop my trailer and secure it to make sure nobody comes and hooks up to it while I'm busy over there. So let's do that. First thing I gotta do is unhook my airlines. We stow those away right over here. That gets stowed right there. This one gets stowed right there. And then I have my electrical line, which isn't so easy one-handed, but there we go. And that gets stowed right there. Stowed away. So air lines, electrical line disconnected. Now I need to lower my landing gear and then disconnect from the trailer and then lock the trailer up. Sometimes there's water in there and it splashes all over the place. Now, all I need to do is get my gloves on. That bag is really important. But here I got this little guy, which is a kingpin lock. And this we're gonna put on the trailer so nobody can come and take it, at least not without an issue. And what I do is I take the kingpin lock, put it into this bag, like so, and then I put it on, and that helps keep the kingpin lock clean. Doesn't get all that grease all over it, so it's not going to dirty up everything in here, at least not more than it already is, because that grease does not come out very easy. In fact, it doesn't come out at all. So now I'm here underneath my trailer, and that is the kingpin, and you can see all that grease, that thick viscous grease coming off of it, which is really nasty. And so what I'm going to do now, as I said before, is take the bag with the kingpin lock. But first I got to get my key in there to make this all as smooth as possible, because I don't want to get all dirtied up by this. Because if you get that grease on your clothes, you might as well just throw those clothes away, because you're not going to get that out. Slip that on there like so. Give it a twist to the key. I don't know why you're not. Ah, there we go. I just didn't have it high enough. Now it's locked in place. Nobody's gonna really be able to come and hook up to it. I mean, I could try, might break it, might not, but it is some kind of level of security to make sure nobody comes takes my trailer, because I don't feel like explaining that to my company. Check that out. Half smoked cigarette. Bonus! Now that the trailer is all secured, I can close that up and I can hop in and drive over to the Blue Beacon and get Khaleesi a little washy. So there is a bit of a line at the Blue Beacon, which I assumed it would be. This Blue Beacon is always busier than shit. The entrance is right over there. And there's trucks lined up. It goes in a loop. And then there's two ahead of me. 3 ahead of me maybe. No, looks like 2. Or maybe 2 in a bobtail. But yeah, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit, which is fine, because it's not like I'm in a hurry or I have to go anywhere. And then this guy behind me right here looks like he's maybe getting in line, or he's not sure what we're doing, but he'll have to figure that out on his own. It's times like this where I'm just sitting here waiting. Gives me time to reflect a little bit about life, my life. Thinking, I've been trucking now for 8 years, which is crazy because my previous job, working private security, I was at that job for 10 years. And I'm 2 years away now from being 10 years at this job. And that's just, I don't know, man. Like, my parents always told me, the older you get, the faster time goes by. And I was like, yeah, okay. And it's true. Time just like, it's insanity. Like, I look back on 8 years, I can't even remember 8 years of doing this job, but apparently I have, because the math adds up. If I ever like won the lottery or got rich somehow, I would open up my own truck wash, because that is a very lucrative business. But if you have to get it in a right spot, like if you get it close by where there's no other competition and you're near somewhere where you know trucks, like food service trucks, will require a washout, you can make a lot of money. Plus, you know, the people just wanting their truck washed, like me right now. When I used to do food service, after every delivery, you needed your trailer washed out. Otherwise, the next place wasn't gonna load you. And if you get in a good spot, it's a lucrative business. And if I opened up my own truck wash, I would call it the Mega Moist Super Squirt Truck Wash, because it's, you know, kind of suggestive, and I know that would probably anger some people, and that gives you like free press, you know, like from the neighborhood. People be like, oh, the neighborhood. I would also open up my own bar, and I'd call it the DUI Factory, which, you know, that'll probably get some people's feathers ruffled. But what's that saying, that there's no such thing as bad press? And, you know, people in the neighborhood might get angry about it, and advocacy groups like Mothers Against Drunk Driving would probably get angry about that. Just a joke. It's not hurting anybody. It's not advocating for driving under the influence, which nobody should, because it ruins a lot of people's lives. But I'd still go with that name, because I think it's funny. And that's all that matters to me. If I think it's funny, then that's good enough for me. Man, look at that nice rig. He's backing it up right now. That's right, get her done, driver. Speaking of nice trucks, by the time this video comes out, I will have a short video up in my shorts of a truck that I saw yesterday. It was a 1959 Kenworth, and this thing for being from 1959, looked absolutely immaculate. And I talked to the driver a little bit. I mean, my mind was just blown. You see something from 1959. I mean, you see cars, old cars all the time, but rarely ever do I see a truck, semi-truck that old, still on the road and still hauling shit. I was blown away. Managed to move up a couple spaces. We're almost there. The entrance is right there now. Slowly but surely we're getting there. It's nice because this Blue Beacon has a dedicated washout bay, so all the washouts aren't really hogging everything up, but there's still a lot of people getting their shit washed because the weather, as you can see, is pretty nice here in Colorado. I am next in line. Yes. This guy might take a while because he's getting his truck and trailer washed, but that's fine. Shouldn't take too long now. I mean, I've just been scrolling on TikTok and YouTube, but almost there. So the dude finally came, asked me what I need, all that. So they should be finishing up this guy up here in a moment, and then it's gonna be my turn. All right, here we go. Not sure why they had me pull in. Oh, I guess they're gonna start pre-spraying it. Makes sense. This guy in front of me is gonna be pulling up and out in a moment. I've been in line now for, man, maybe 2 hours, something like that. But you know, with each truck and trailer taking a pretty long time to get washed, it can take a little while, and I knew it was gonna be, but you know, when I have time to actually get these things done, I just have to do them. Because there's times where I don't have absolutely any time to get anything done. Alright, looks like that guy's gonna be pulling up, so maybe stop spraying so I can actually see something! Having me pull up. And we are in. Finally done. Truck is all washed, nice and clean. Belts are making some noise because it was washed underneath the hood. But now I can go hook back up to my trailer and get sorted out.
want when I want. They are jealous of me. I do what I want when I want. They are jealous of me. I